derby win. Chi non sa te una razzuo, oh. Chi non sa te una razzuo, oh. Booyah. I'm going on a little break right here from the booze, so whatever I have left, this is all I have left right here. Let me finish it, baby. I wasn't gonna drink the rest of this, but I will. I will chug it down. What a win! Derby de Italia. Inter, 300 to 1 Juventus. Inter's leaky defense. Juventus shut down the Nerazzurri all the way. Locatelli, Boston midfield. Rabiot had a couple great touches. Kostic could not be covered. Nobody wanted to cover Kostic. What the strike! What the strike! It could have been 2-0. It could have been 2-0. Juventus were not playing defense for the whole second half. They had them on the ropes on the counterattack. What can you say? Inter are forever in the shadow of Juventus. They can only win with a Juventino manager. They bottled the Europa final. We'll show them how to win Europa right there. There was no Di Maria. There was no Pogba. I don't think Chiesa even played for 10 minutes. You can imagine Sule, the Argentina kid, played in this match today. You had Fagioli in the midfield, and Miretti did not play. This is a youth movement, and Barla did not have a good game today. And entering this game, it didn't really matter to me because the top four is going to be all dependent on the Europa, and most importantly is winning as many trophies as can be. So the Coppa Italia, you want to win as many trophies. You only play to you play to win trophies. You don't play to qualify for Champions League. The fact is you play the game. You play the game to win the game. You don't play the game only to qualify for Champions League and make the owners money. You play to win trophies. That's what big clubs do. And if Juventus, they defeated Inter twice, which is great. They feel high and mighty entering the Coppa Italia semifinal. Juventus are the better team than Inter. Juventus are more clinical. Juventus have a better defense than Inter. They have better holding midfielders than Inter. They bossed it. I think Szczesny had a great game, obviously, but at the same time, guys are putting in challenges. Locatelli, Gatti, he took a couple good dribbles. Um, every team is scared of Juventus except for Napoli. That's the only team that's not scared of Juventus. But I guarantee you, the Roma, Inter, Lazio, especially Milan, they're all deeply afraid of what a fully fit Juventus team for the future means. And that means having guys like Pogba and Chiesa and Vlahovic fit for the whole year. It means Bremer being used to playing multiple matches in a week. It means having more seasoned Fagioli and Miretti. It means Di Maria still has legs left. Di Maria can be a key contributor as he is in the Europa already. The Juventus are competing for trophies to end the year. The Europa League is the most important, but the most important matches against Inter, it wasn't today, but it is the Coppa Italia. Yes, it's nice to win today, but you want to win trophies. We want to come away with silverware this year. And we all know Inter going to lose in the Champions League because Napoli are the best. Napoli are going to conquer the North. The only thing that they have to play for is the Coppa Italia. If they can beat them in Coppa Italia and win the Europa League, then Inter are finished. Milan are weak. Juventus are still the only team that own the revenue of their stadium. And I think Udinese and Sassuolo own and taking all the revenue from their match day revenue, from owning and operating their stadiums. And the fact is Milan and Inter are behind. They are very behind. And Juventus are never finished. Juventus only rebuild, reload, and a new cycle. That's what the youth movement is all about. The only thing that I take issue with is you know, case I had to leave the game after 8 minutes. I'm just like, don't play Chiesa. Don't play him in this game. Save Chiesa for the Coppa Italia. Save Chiesa for the Europa League. Don't play him in any more league matches. Only play Chiesa when a trophy is at stake. And what does Allegri do? He plays Chiesa. And he leaves the match again. He aggravates the injury. What is he doing? Chiesa needs to be there for the Europa, like his father, Enrico, won the Europa with Parma. The Coppa Italia, to go up against Fiorentina again, because Fiorentina and Cremonese, Fiorentina are going to be in the final. We need Vlahovic up against Fiorentina. We need former Viola, Federico Chiesa to go up against Fiorentina. Juventus can get the first trophy with Vlahovic here. They can go get the trophy against Fiorentina. They can avenge the final from last year without the crap penalties, without the crap penalties that Inter have gotten in the Supercoppa, in the league, in the Coppa Italia final, without the stonewall penalties, without the flops, without the refs helping them get the penalties. This team is crap against Juventus. You'll see what happens when they don't get penalties. They only won the Coppa Italia final because of there was never a penalty. There was never a penalty. And Lautaro Martinez is a diver, and I take Chiesa over the diver any day of the week. And he is the worst player on Argentina. The worst attacking player who can't finish the job to save his life. He was the worst player on Argentina. He is the Gonzalo Higuain of this World Cup. Worst player on Argentina is a mad up player. You see, there's nothing left in this bottle, but anyway, Easter Sunday, goat kilaban, a brunch, of course, the game at 12 o'clock, 12:30. Brunch will be on, and yes, I will be watching the game, and that is when we're gonna maybe when goat kilaban comes back. That's when I'll get back on the vino again. But I'm gonna go take a little break here because we all need good detox cycles from time to time. But anyway. Whatever is left here, we will celebrate. We will celebrate right now. Ooh, the huge win. But the job is not done. They have to win Coppa Italia. It's a must win for Coppa Italia. They have to win Coppa Italia. They have to. It's very, very, very important that we get the trophies. We get the silverware. That's the most important thing this year. Fagioli has got some good touches. Rapio has played very, very, very well. Lots of young players. Bremer, Beretti, Fagioli, Sule. At least Allegri's playing the young guys, kind of the evolutionary side of Allegri is he has to be able to coach youth players. Yeah, I thought Locatelli had to go there for a second. I can't believe it. Case, I felt he should have scored too. I mean, that was not let's defend and save our lives. I mean, they had Inter on the ropes there to score a second goal. That was just domination right there. Say what you want. Chesney had a couple of good saves, but it was Kostic wide, wide, wide open. Could have easily had a second goal, but he went for the assist. But I felt he should have shot the ball again when he had the strike. No one wanted to cover Kostic. And it's a very, very easy win over Inter. I believe Juventus should be able to be playing the Coppa Italia in the Europa League finals and in a very, 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 very bad, 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 bad year. You had You would take Coppa Italia in second place finish in the league. Never mind the 15 points, Juventus are in second place. That's just the reality. In reality and actuality, Juventus are a better team than Milan this year. They are a better team than Inter. Both teams will choke in the Champions League, I guarantee it. But the best team is Napoli. But Inter and Milan are nowhere close to Juventus. That is the reality. They don't want to win off the pitch and be able to own and operate their own stadium. That's what leaves them behind. In reality, it is Juventus 56 points, Lazio 52. That's a good two-match cushion over Inter and Milan. The real point total is 56. Because these teams like Milan, for example, are scared of missing top four. So I'm sure they had something to do with this farcical penalty because you have Milan in fifth place in actuality. And Lazio have, well, they lost to Juventus, Lazio. Third place lost to Juventus. Juventus defeat Lazio, they defeat Inter, they defeat them. I think Mourinho just got his revenge this year against Juve. Roma, Juventus did not win though, but and, the Atalanta game, that was right after the point deduction. The players were obviously they were affected psychologically. It's pretty obvious what you see, but yeah, they do deserve the Champions League. Lazio over bang average Roma and Milan. Lazio beat Napoli this year. They beat Inter. They beat Milan too. Yep, they beat Milan. They beat Roma. They did not. Lazio did not defeat Juventus. They did not defeat Juventus yet this year. We know we're good. We will get a European trophy. The Scudetto is lost, yes, but this is all happening in a rebuilding era where young guys got to play because of massive injury problems, and we'll take that, especially if we can take a European trophy. Then the Europa League is a Mickey Mouse league, completely below us. The Europa League. One time we play the Europa League, we can win the Europa League. That competition is beneath Juventus forever and forever and forever, and they'll never ever be back in the Europa League anytime soon because Juventus are ready to kickstart the next era, the next youth era, the next era of Juventus leaders and captains that have the grinta, the passione, the determination, the grit, the ferocity. They charge until the end. The old players finally replacing the old players like Matuidi and Higuain and even Dybala didn't fit. Dybala didn't play the whole match today. Dybala has too many injury problems, and Dybala is too inconsistent. Dybala, I love him, but Dybala is not the future for Juventus. And so I think Juventus have done well moving on from Dybala. As much as I love Dybala, as much as I miss Dybala, too much room here for Kesa and Vlahovic. And Kostic on the wing. Kostic is a creator. He's a creator. In the Fagioli and Meratti. And guess what? Juventus get some cheaper players, especially when they're young. And the home discount is always very, very good for Buffon and Chiellini, and maybe the youth discount is there. Although Chiesa speaks English and he may want a big move, I don't know. Um, I don't know if his dad played for Chelsea or not. I don't think so. But the history is there with the Europa League for Enrico. The last time Serie A won it, Di Maria is Man United, so is Pogba. Pogba not playing. Di Maria is gonna Di Maria. He's gonna do it against. He's gonna do the wonders against Man United, and Man United are to blame. Man United are to blame because they didn't look at the player if he was just a mercenary there for the money. That's can't fault Di Maria for taking the money. That's more of a poor management move. All his comments about the ugly women in Manchester and the rainy days and the not good food, all that. Clearly, it was a cultural issue for Angel Di Maria, but can't fault the player there. You got to blame management when they don't know how to bring in the right fits. We shall carry the momentum to Coppa Italia and the Europa. All of the haters. Serie B, Serie B, Serie B, Serie B. Clowns, clowns, Serie B, Serie B, nowhere near Serie B. You crying Serie B because you're scared of Juventus. You're scared. The only way you can beat them is to twist the court system and to take them out off the pitch. That's the only way to stop Juventus, and they know it because they are scared. They are scared. They are scared. It'll be interesting though if Napoli are a 1 year wonder or if they're here to continue. That we will not find out until uh, next year. But the money is irresistible for the Georgian guy, number 77. And in this Osman guy, he may want to move to the Premier League or something, so that Napoli team will be broken up and uh, Champions League football, competing for the Champions League title in the future. That's what's going to help player recruitment again, recruiting these seasoned players that play in these competitions. So that's really the next step that they're ready to do after the end of this year.